Fakakta Comedy Funhouse Network. Ah, yes. Welcome to Couch Pilots, all of my friends. The show that dares to fly into the unknown territory of awful television pilots of the past. My name is Jason, a.k.a. the Black Tactic, and across from me is the strategic Captain Philip Ressisher. Good evening, Captain.
No, I understand.
I understand, too. What a great day for a flight.
I understand that you have things to do. I understand your kid has to go for checkups, but that doesn't mean you can't get everything done that needs to get done.
I don't feel like that is... Is that me? Are those comments for me?
I'm on the phone.
Oh, well, pardon me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We're taking a flight here.
Yes, I'm right here. DSJ, I'm here. Yes. But I understand, but I had that whole list, and you didn't get any of that list done at all. Mm-hmm. Yes, I understand. They have checkup appointments. You got to check their tonsils or whatever. But that doesn't mean for the whole week you can't get your to-do list done. That's a DSJ to-do list. That's what I wrote on the top of it.
Is this the optimal time for this?
All right. I know you have a meeting coming up with Jason. All right. Okay. All right, DSJ, fine. Goodbye.
What is that? That you weren't talking to me the whole time. You were on the phone.
No, I was on the phone. That's why when I have my finger up,
I thought you were telling me to take off quick because we have some terrorists or something after us on the ground.
No, I was on the phone with DSJ. I got this big list of stuff that he didn't do this week.
Well, he has a to-do list.
I have a
to-do
list. Yes.
Yeah.
So this weekend, I'm on holiday, as I say.
Sure, you're half British.
Right, I'm on holiday. All right, so I put the new railing on the stairs going up to the plane.
Sure, yeah, that looks great.
I
kept getting cut on that last one.
Yeah, I rewired the router in the back of the plane where we watch all our porn.
Yep.
I mounted a brand new TV on the wall in the back in the party room.
I love that LED. It's got that light behind it.
Right. I put that bracket up. I had to find the stud and everything.
It sounds like you've had your own to-do list.
I'm not even done yet. No, this is all his stuff he was supposed to do.
Oh, but you had to end up doing it.
Right, that I ended up doing.
I see. Okay. All right, what else was there? Did he pack our lunches like he was supposed to?
I don't make him do that because I don't trust him to touch my food. But the new carpet is finally in. The new carpet is finally in the plane.
Yeah, finally I can take my socks off.
And it feels good, though, doesn't it?
It feels really good.
It feels really good. And it's just, I don't know. And there was a wing that was broke on the back of the plane, one of the wings.
Yeah, we had the chipped wing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so this is stuff that he's supposed to get done. And he was all like, oh, well, I had to take my baby to its checkup and blah, blah, blah. That doesn't take 5 days.
DSJJR?
Yes. DSJJR.
Where's this lady at? This lady that's supposed to be the mom.
Well, she gets him on the weekends, Friday at 2 o'clock. So I don't know what he was doing all weekend.
I can tell you're ill-tempered right now, and I would be too.
I'm ill-tempered.
Licensed to ill-tempered. You and I get it. We all have things to do, and that was his to-do list. He's got a job to do, but
you're supposed to have a conversation with him, and you were supposed to write him up. Why have you not had that conversation with him yet?
Okay, and that's fine if you want to put this back on me.
No, you had said on a previous episode that you were going to have a talk with him. Do you remember anything we talk about when we fly?
No, I think I have what is commonly known as...
jet lag?
Is jet lag. Have you heard of this before?
Jet lag?
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say, because you did say it, so I imagine you'd heard of it. I often suffer from jet lag. But, because I used to be in management. I'm just an unemployed nobody right now, right? So, but when I was in management, they'd say, I got to fire that guy. I say, no, you don't fire him. Document it. And then when that guy goes to say, I want unemployment, say, no, you look at all the ways you screwed up. I have the documentation. I have the witnesses and the signatures to say you don't get unemployment.
Right.
So, honestly, since I've been out of management game for a while now, I forgot to get the documentation. This is what happened, okay? So he's in his closet, and he was checking off a day on his 1997 Corvette calendar, right? And he's like, okay, another day gone. And it's like, dude, it's fucking 20 years too late. Anyway, I go by, and I say, hey, this is what happened. As I was walking by, I didn't even break my stride. I turned. I didn't even look all the way at him. I just said, DSJ, straighten up. And then and I kept going. So I later the captain's lounge was very straightened up. So I don't know if he took it as that, but I kind of meant it all encompassing, like straighten up your act, get it together.
Can this be considered audio documentation? I mean, there was a whole list of stuff for him to do, and he didn't do any of it.
We need to.
I did. That's all I did all weekend. I did all these chores.
Yeah. Well, apparently he didn't take my straightened up conversation that we didn't even make eye contact, and he didn't take it very seriously. Apparently,
we have to make eye contact with him.
That I will admit to that. I did not follow through.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyway, I will talk to him face to face if I have to, and get him.
Do you want me to have the conversation with him? Because I'll be happy to walk his ass right out the door.
No, we can't. No, we can't do that because this, as far as I'm concerned, this would be a first documented offense, and a first documented offense does not a firing make.
It's a first documented audio offense. He's had many offenses before.
Have we documented them though?
No.
Well, see that we can't do that then. We have to write them down, and then I don't know what you do with them after that. Laminate them, maybe. Put them in a frame.
What, the documentation?
Yeah, I don't know what you do with them.
You put them in a manila folder?
I know the first step is to print it up and then to fill it out.
And then to put it in a manila folder.
Yeah, and then after that, do you laminate it?
No, you file it.
Do we have a filing cabinet?
Oh, in his office.
He has the filing cabinet.
He has the filing cabinet with all our documentation.
We got to get that out of
like
there.
Our license, like our pilot license.
He's got all of our documents?
And our insurance and everything.
He's got our LLC documentation?
Yeah.
And our DBAs? Oh, yep. Boy. So hold on a second. Are you telling me if he wanted to, DSJ
could just burn this whole thing down? Burn this motherfucker down.
He could own everything.
Well, no, it's got our signatures on it. I mean, have you ever seen him?
He does look a lot like me, though.
But have you ever seen him try to write his own name?
No.
It's pretty much impossible to read.
Why is that?
Well, how do you like that big water? He didn't even bring you a full water. He probably like a little baby water. I know, that's probably the water he gives his baby.
You don't think this is the baby's bathwater,
DSJJR. Huh?
You don't think this is the baby's bathwater I'm drinking, do you?
No, not at all.
Okay.
But it's in a bottle.
Yeah. Oh boy. You know what? I think we have our work cut out for us with this guy.
I'm upset. I'm upset.
Tell.
I'm furious.
I
cut my finger. I cut my finger.
Well, that's your own fault for punching the side view mirror on your vehicle.
No, that's from cutting the carpet.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
It's luckily I messed up a spot. I just covered it up with a refrigerator.
Is that the only reason that fridge is there?
No, for easy access, baby.
Yeah, I like not having to move to get drunk. Isn't it?
Well, we're flying, and you get it up,
and then you do everything in the middle,
and then you bring it back down. So if I'm doing everything in the middle, I can't just let go of the joystick and walk back to the back.
Yeah.
Now I just.
Move my arm. That was like end of day one is don't let go of the joystick, right?
Never let go of the joystick. That was the name of the first textbook.
That's what I told. I went on a date.
Go.
Yeah. What's that? That's the name of the textbook?
Yeah. Never let go of the joystick.
Volume 2.
For beginners.
I had a date the other day, and I said the same thing to that lady.
What'd she say?
She said, "Okay."
Did she?
She said, "G'day."
Nice. You want to talk about that?
Not necessarily. Oh, okay. No, here. This is what I'll say. I've been on some dates lately with some girls that are
high five
from
that shit.
High five. And they're from other countries. Okay.
Are you on some kind of like foreigners app or something?
No,
or immigrants.com?
No. But this is what it is. Like these are ladies who are either born. Actually, yeah, they were both born in foreign countries. Okay.
Okay.
But then they came here early enough to where they don't have an accent. So that's kind of disappointing, right?
Right.
Don't you
Very
want?
Disappointing.
Yes.
I mean, it's more disappointing than if they showed up uglier than their pictures.
That, I suppose, is a truth as well. Not that I know anything about that. But, yeah, I was telling a friend about that, and he's like, well, it doesn't even count if it's,
Right.
I was like, it absolutely counts.
Right.
But I will say that it does take something away from it.
Oh, it definitely takes something away from it. That's the whole point. So one was from Australia, or born in Australia. Yeah. Where was the other one born from?
Actually, the other one was born in California, but her parents are from El Salvador. And I mean, she looks like a Latina lady.
Nice.
But she doesn't. Where's the accents?
You should tell them to fake it.
Yeah.
Fake the accent.
Fake it until they make it.
Make it with you and your joystick. Anyway, so, okay, last call for alcohol. You're going to take care of this DSJ thing by the time you have 2 weeks to take care of it.
While we're talking, I already went to Amazon, and I've already...
Prime? Are you a Prime member?
I'm a primer. That's what we call ourselves.
Prime in the pump?
Mm-hmm. And I purchased a laminator and Marbella folders. So I should...
Mamella folders.
Say again?
Mamella folders?
Okay. So I've got them both coming. And then I will file them and then laminate the folder at that time, and so we'll have.
Well, you can't laminate them until you fill them out. You print it out, fill it out, Print it out.
Yeah.
Fill it out. Laminated folder. File it.
So we laminate the folder and then we file
No,
it?
you laminate the documentation after you fill it out. Print it.
Okay, print
Print
it
it out. Fill it out.
All right.
Put it in a folder. File.
But where do I laminate in there? You didn't say laminate it. Do I put it in the manila folder and then laminate that?
No, you laminate it after you do the...
Okay, hold on. Let's start over. You print it up. You fill it up.
No.
You laminate it up.
No. You print it out.
Yeah.
You fill it out.
Yeah.
You laminate
Yeah,
it.
okay.
With a middle folder. File it.
Okay. But I don't laminate the folder after it's been... Okay.
No, because then you wouldn't be able to get into it. And there'd be a
Okay.
sealed document.
We gotta move that file cabinet.
Where do you want to put it?
I have a large gun safe that is just full of Skittles, and maybe I empty that out.
Are the Skittles in packages or just laying loosely? Because when you open it, they'll all fall out.
There's a lot of loose ones, but I have them in a bucket, and then the rest are just like limited edition Skittles that I think are going to go up in value.
Okay.
But honestly, no one's even attempted to get to them, so I think we could put our laminations in there.
Okay, Laminations Creations. Here we go. How about some fan feedback? Would you like to hear some of that?
How about it?
How about it? There's so much.
Where do you find the majority of our fan feedback comes?
Well, it's growing in regards to where we're doing it, where we're seeing more of it. We see a lot of it on Facebook, and there is also a lot of it on Twitter lately.
Yeah, I like Twitter.
Twitter responses, not yet. This comes from Kevin from Let's Try This.
Yeah.
At Couch Pilots Pod. Hashtag interesting taint facts.
Does he have facts after that?
No, there's no facts about interesting taint facts. He just wanted to hashtag it.
Okay.
He did half of what he was supposed to, because it was supposed to be hashtag interesting taint facts.
Yeah.
And then an interesting taint fact, and I think he just kind of half-assed it.
Well, I do think it's interesting that he did do that.
Oh no, I think it's very interesting.
But
it's the first time that we've ever did a little hashtag during the show that somebody's actually used.
And we happen to know the person pretty well. This is what I like. I like to know about my body parts, but I don't think about the ones I can't see. Mm-hmm. So I think if I had any facts about my taint, they would be new and interesting to me because I don't investigate my taint very much, and I rarely see it.
Hashtag investigate the taint.
Invest-a-taint?
Invest-a-taint. That's even better. So I said 100 frequent flyer points for you, pal. Would have given him 1,000, but of course he kind of half-assed it. There's more about us being racist.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Here we go. This is from Stephanie Clark on Twitter.
Tag teaming it.
Tag team back again. Check with the record. Let's begin. Party on. Party people. Let me hear some noise. DC's in the house. Jump for joy. There's a party over here. There's a party over there. With your hands in the air. Shake a dairy air. These three words been getting busy. There it is. At Couch Pilots Pod, the My Man's episode was the exact time of my commute this morning. Thanks for arranging that, guys.
Oh, yeah, I responded to that one.
Your response was, we'll try to keep that in mind going forward. Smiley face. Thanks, Steph. You didn't actually give her any points, though. How many points do you want to give her now? Because you can comment like that, but you should always tell them how many points they get.
I didn't realize we were doing that. A cool 500.
Cool 500.
And I will say that the Clarks are one of the first adopters, because we talked recently about how like families could get one big account going, and how you can
the frequent flyer family plan.
Right. So they are an early and probably the first adopter of that plan, and they're already seeing dividends.
Exactly. I got one more, and then we'll go ahead and save some more. This is from Instagram.
I like when you say
it with me again.
Instagram.
No.
Hold on. No. Okay. Say.
Ready? I'll do it, then you do it.
Okay.
Instagram. Ready?
Yeah.
Instagram. Okay.
Did I do it?
No.
All right.
Season 9, episode 10, which was my man's, and Jeb Simpson says, thanks for the shout out. We love the show. Hashtag soapman. Hashtag buttpuff.
Yeah.
Awesome. Love that guy.
When is he going to trademark those, right?
You would think he would already have done that. And also on the folder where I keep all our fan feedback,
okay.
I have a picture of this hot Asian wrestler.
Yeah, just send that to me, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
She's in her.
She's
like a little thick for an Asian, but sometimes that's nice. You don't want an overly skinny. Okay, you want me to tell you why? You don't.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You don't want an overly skinny Asian girl because you can break their pelvis.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good to know, I suppose.
Hashtag Japanese facts.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captains have turned on the fasten seatbelt sign.
Japanese facts. Japanese taints, I suppose. What is it? Is that for the thing?
I don't know.
We're doing it in a minute. I get
Okay.
you. When I do the Twitter is when you want the cord.
Okay.
Whatever.
Sorry. It's been a while since we podcast.
Two shows at once is how we do it. We record two at once, right? And this is that night. It's a Monday. And we sit here in a plane.
Beautiful plane. Beautiful new carpeting.
It's gorgeous. The LED I don't know if you mentioned the LED
I have LED lights I'm putting up on the wall.
What color are they?
It's got a remote. You can make any color you want.
I don't know that I ever want to hear you complain about anything again.
Why?
Because you totally have it made. You have it totally made, right?
We have it totally made. This is our plane.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't want LED lights in here that you can make?
I think that's incredible. I just don't. What do you have left to complain about? Is what I want to know.
Oh, I've got a list, my friend.
But does your list include television shows that had only one episode?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why we do the show.
Because you got to complain about them.
Oh, yes, and
There's there's a lot of S-anding. Yes, it. I don't know. Is this alcohol?
Print it out.
And then what? Fill it out.
Fill it out, laminate it, put them in a middle folder, file it.
Today we discussed the pilot episode of Pass the Line. Good God. From the year of our Lord, 19 plus 94. 94, that's all right. 54.
1954.
Great year.
Amazing. I wasn't alive in 1954.
I was not either. I was negative 27.
So that would make me negative 21.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So I could legally not drink
Yeah.
because I was negative 21.
Yeah, and negative 27. I don't know why we keep track of the negatives. I can't.
No, because that's fun that way because then you're older than me.
Yeah, is that right? 'Cause I'm older than you.
Yeah, in the negatives you would be older than me. So because you'd be
Okay.
27, I was 21. Negative 21.
So at 1954, there's maybe a lot that you could have learned from me.
I know if I was next to you,
We might have been next to each other in heaven, right?
next to you, sitting next to me.
I don't know that song. What's
Alabama.
that? Is that more Whoop There It Is?
No, that's country. Next to you, sitting next to me. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I got like a burp. A burp's about ready to come up.
So this show is built on the back of his back burps. 2 ounces of water caused him to do that.
1954. I always say we have to go back in time in our heads to properly take in this pilot so we can rate it and just understand what it was to have a show out at that time.
Right, because you can't look at a show from 1954 and compare it to what we have now.
No, not at all. But sometimes I could be like, oh, it's 2003. I remember that year. All this stuff happened. I don't know.
I wasn't there.
I wasn't there, man. So I have to rely on
I don't
the
think
internet.
anybody that's ever listened to our show was around then.
No, I don't think so either.
It doesn't fit our demographic.
Not even, yeah. What is our demographic, you think?
I'd say 20 to 22
Yeah.
year olds.
Male or female?
Male, definitely male.
Ethnicity?
Portuguese.
Yeah.
Islamic. Islamic?
Is that near the Netherlands?
No, it's up in Iceland. They're Islamics.
Yeah, that's near the Netherlands, isn't it?
I don't know. I've never been to the Netherlands.
Have you been to Islam?
No.
So what happened in 1954 anyway? Do you have any idea? You want to take any guesses?
I have no idea. Richard Nixon ran for president.
No.
Okay. So can you give me some so I know?
Yeah. First sub 4 minute mile run on May 6th by Roger Bannister.
A 4 minute mile? Less than a 4 minute mile?
I think for a long time they said
It can't be done.
you can't do it. It's if you run just over 4 minutes, that's crazy fast. No one's going to beat the 4 minute mark. This guy did it. May 6th.
Have you ever ran a good mile? What was the fastest mile you've ever ran?
I don't know, like 8.5 minutes.
Yeah,
something
I think that's
terrible
probably mine
like that.
too. That was mine too, probably.
Oh my God! I remember having to. They say you got these 5 presidential physical fitness tests you have to do.
Oh yeah, to get the certificate.
They say they got you have to run the mile.
You have to climb the rope.
I never did that.
You didn't climb the rope?
I never climbed a rope in class.
Did you do push-ups? Or sit-ups?
I think there was a sit-up test.
Sit-up test.
And then there was a pull-up test. And then there was like a relay race. And then there was like a sit and reach. And I always killed the sit and reach.
I don't think it's fair to have a relay race. Why is your certificate depending on somebody else?
I have no idea. All I know is that the only one I think I would ever pass was the sit and reach because I am very flexible.
Oh, you were or you are?
I still am, actually.
Really?
Yeah. I can bend over without bending my knees and touch the ground.
Does it come in handy?
It's been known to come in handy for certain things. Sure, absolutely.
Nice.
And then, I think the last year that they do it was in 8th grade, and then I got it that year. I won the physical fitness. I got the certificate.
You didn't beat other people. You just got it.
I guess, I just achieved
Was
the
that the
goals.
first year that they gave the participation awards, or is that straight up?
No, I think
Okay.
I think I actually did it, which is funny because everyone else is like, great, I got it. Who cares? But I was like, no, I've never got it. This is wonderful.
Yeah,
for me.
exactly.
So what I did is once I got it, I took it home and I laminated it. I put it in a Manema folder.
And then you filed it. Your mom is it filed at your mom's house or your house?
It's in my dad's gun rack.
Okay, because my mom has all my files, like important files, because she knows I'm not responsible enough to hang on to them.
Hang on to your own files.
Right.
Yeah.
She's like, you will not hang on to your own files. You tried to do that when you were a kid, and look what happened.
What did happen?
Oh, my penis got injured
You injured your penis on files, like paper cuts?
trying to hang from files.
Oh, jeez. Armistice Day is renamed Veterans Day to honor vets from the Civil War, World War I and II, and the Korean conflict.
I think that was a good thing to do, to rename it something that people could pronounce.
Yeah, I can't say that.
Armistice?
Armistice.
Amethyst Day.
Amethyst.
Amethyst Ring Day.
Yeah.
It's where you give your lover an amethyst ring.
Yeah. Wang Chung, I think, used to sing about that.
Hey, everybody get Wang Chung tonight.
What does that mean? Why would you name your band The Thing That Could Be Done Tonight?
You would think that you would want to name it something that it's going to take a while to do.
What would you name your band? Armistice?
The Can't Stay Married Band?
Yeah.
That's why I would do it.
And the divorced...
The Divorce Brothers?
That's a popular thing right
Like
now.
the Flying Divorce Brothers, like the Flying Burrito Brothers?
I've never seen them live. Are they on trapeze? Because that's what I imagine. They play
The
music.
Flying Burrito Brothers?
Yeah,
they're way too old to get on the trapeze.
Did they give out? I don't understand. I've never heard their music. Do they have burritos at their concerts?
They're as big as your head. The burritos are as big. No, they just that's the name of the band.
Okay, I just have all these images when I hear about the flying burrito. First of all, I think maybe the bars on the trapeze that they're swinging on are burritos, and maybe they're playing their instruments from said trapeze burrito bars.
Yeah, a song called.
This is them.
Yeah. And this had that real famous guy.
Ooh, I wish it would rain now.
No, this is the Stones redid this.
Down on me.
No, this is Wild Horses. You know the Rolling Stones?
I don't know.
Wild, wild horses.
Oh no, there's some girl group sang that. They covered it, right?
I don't know, but that one guy who died was in the band. The guy went out to the desert and killed himself.
The UFC guy?
No, this is a long time in the 70s.
There wasn't UFC in the 70s?
And there's a cactus or some place that
Peyote? The Joshua Tree?
I think that's where he died. Anyway, it doesn't matter about 19. Let's go back to 1954.
The first automatic toll collection machine in New Jersey.
Cool. That would ruin our lives forever. Now they're everywhere.
Yeah.
I hate paying tolls. I hate it.
Now, you took a trip recently. Did you have to pay tolls?
Yeah, you had to pay. I'd have to pay $1.90. And to me, I'm like, okay, either make it $2 or make it $1.
$1.25, please.
That's stupid. $1.90. So then I have to stand there and wait for them to give me 2 nickels back. I could barely rub those 2 nickels together.
You got some nickels back?
Look at this change I got from the toll guy.
Buffalo nickel, yeah. Yeah, tolls are fucking bullshit. I went to Chicago recently, and I didn't pay them. I just drove past them. So
You might want to check the website.
what does that mean?
There's a website where you can check and see if you have fines because they won't mail you anything.
So what happens if I have fines?
And it'll draw interest the more you don't pay it. And then sometime you're going to get pulled over and they're like, oh, there's a warrant out for your arrest.
For real?
For realsies.
But like anywhere in the state, or just if I go up there again?
Anywhere in the state.
Well, shit. What's that website?
I'll have to look it up for you. There's a sign, right? You probably drove past it too fast. You didn't see the sign. It's something.org.
It's so mad up there.
Something.gov.
It's crazy up there.
It is.
I don't know this. I don't know where everything is. So like, it'll tell me at the last second, oh, you should be 6 lanes over if you want to pay cash, idiot. And I'm like, I don't want to die in a wreck, so I'm not paying 80 cents.
Right. I hear you.
Ugh. Fucking New Jersey.
Everything is legal in New Jersey.
It's the armpit of America, and that's where Bruce Springsteen is from, right? And Bon Jovi.
Both down in a dead man's town. The first get it took us when I hit the ground. In the black dog that ate too much. I
Show's
puked
built
all
on the back of
over
his
and
songs.
summer enough. Yeah, I'm born in the USA.
Yeah, I was born in the USA. What is Past the Line? I gotta say, man, I don't know about this show. I know we don't usually talk about it right now, but I'm pretty upset. Why did we choose to watch Past the Line?
There's 3 simple criteria. A,
Yeah.
it had to be a show that never went to series. Only one was made. Whether it aired or not is irrelevant. 2, we had to be able to find it on the internet. And 3, it had to be free. We not pay for nothing.
That's right.
3 simple criteria.
See, why can't that girl have an accent like that?
I don't know. Maybe did you ever ask her why she doesn't have an accent? Say this fuck would be a lot better if you had a nice accent. Jason.
Yeah.
Jason.
I don't know about all that.
Oh, Jason. Is that better?
Yeah.
Not Jason. Come on, mate. Anyway, just for regarding the 3 criteria.
Yeah.
We did have someone that brought to our attention a pilot. And the thing is they said you can probably watch this and do it on the show because 3 of the main actors, were in the pilot, and then they replaced those people, and then it went to series. I said, nope, we can't. She was like, but it's kind of a different pilot. I said, no, it's not.
What is it? Can you say or not?
I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, I come across that sometimes too, where like I came across one recently who said, hey, here's a never before seen unaired pilot of Married with Children. And like I think the kids were different.
Huh.
I was like, that doesn't count at all.
No.
That is a terrible show, and it ran for like 8-9 years.
Right.
There's no way we're going to do that.
Yeah, one of the criteria is not if different actors are used.
Yeah, that's not.
I mean, we did Super Clyde, but neither one. They had different actors for Super Clyde, both of them, but neither one of them went to series.
That's
So
right.
that's why we could do
Those
it.
are standalone individual efforts. Absolutely.
Yep.
So after all of this, you're like, where can I find the show to watch it for myself? We could find the entire episode of Past the Line by subscribing to Couch Pilots in iTunes or your favorite podcast app of choice, and then simply click on one of our classically blue links in our show notes, or go to YouTube, and you know what to do, Tube.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
Where's he at?
I don't know. I like to think that since it's getting dusky, that he's out of D batteries and he is down there doing his best. But I don't know the answer to that.
Well, it's on you now.
Well,
At this point, it's
well,
on you.
I'm waiting on Amazon to deliver me the laminator.
And,
Okay.
and the mill folders?
Yeah. As soon as I get those in, it's on.
All right.
It's on like Document Kong.
DocuKong.
Hashtag Donkey Kong summary of the pilot. An artist draws a picture in 10 steps. No. Celebrity panel has to try and copy each step.
It's a good summary. It described what they did.
It described an idea. Is what it did. What that is, it says, here is how I will sell the show to you. Mm-hmm. Is this what we're going to do? No. But it's an idea, right?
Okay.
In a perfect world, this is a summary.
It's a summary that's going to be acceptable. It's a acceptable summary.
Interesting.
You seem so
This pilot defeated me.
really
I don't know, man.
okay. Let's. You seem defeated.
Interesting facts, okay? Let's see if that'll defeat me. Or maybe it'll give me just the adrenaline rush I need to continue.
There you go.
All right?
Let's pick it up the pace. Just remember, it's not about us. It's about the listeners.
Okay, I'm picking up the pace. Interesting facts. We say, hey, here's a classically blue link. Classically blue means it's safe. You can click on it. You're not going to get virus, spyware. You're not going to get the Trojan pornography virus that I have on my computer. Wait,
STDs.
yeah, you're not going to get an STI on your laptop.
What's the difference between STD and STI?
D is disease and I is infection. I think the proper nomenclature is infection, but STD sounds so much better. You know.
Well, that's how we grew up. We grew up with.
We
STD.
grew up with STDs. That's right. You can't just throw that away, right?
Right. I can't just ignore the fact that there was such thing as STDs. It sounds more scary than, oh, I got an infection. Big fucking deal.
It's like when you say, hey, Pluto's the ninth planet, and then all of a sudden it's like, it's not a planet at all.
It's a dwarf planet.
Or they say, hey, you got chlamydia? That's an STD. And then a couple years later, like, oh, it's not. It's an STI. It's like, well, what about chlamydia? You know, don't you think it was comfortable in the spot it was as a disease, like Pluto was as a planet?
It had spent years in that category.
It defined that disease,
Yeah.
that ailment.
You're making it seem irrelevant by changing it.
It's not fair to let chlamydia be chlamydia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chlamydia lives matter.
Absolutely.
What color would that ribbon be?
Boy, what color is chlamydia? Probably like undercooked meat, like a bluish purple.
Gotcha.
So that pretty much explains interesting facts right there. Don't comment on the facts. You click on the link. You see what we want you to see, but there is more. I found more. I'm going to tell you more, and you're going to accept more. And if you alter it in any way, like at the end of the Bible, it says, if anyone changes or adds or takes away from the book, they will be damned. Eternal damnation.
Right, and then there's all different kinds of versions of it, so they didn't listen. And
So-
that's why we have hurricanes now.
Absolutely. That and gay people, of course. So I'm going to tell you these facts, and don't you dare comment on them. Don't ruin someone else's experience. Don't hashtag taint someone else's experience, okay? The last few minutes of this pilot consist of the host and another person, I believe his name was John, telling networks why they should pick up the series. This harkens back to me to what's going on with Mike Mitchell, because he did the same thing at the end of his fucking pilot. He talked directly to FX.
Right, that's true. Well, I also think this was also in regards to like companies distributing their merchandise.
Yeah, he was saying this is why this show would work, because of all these things.
And this is what you can sell your pencils for this with your company's name on it.
So
for 10 cents.
And we'll get into some more of that later. It's pretty weird. The host incorrectly refers to savings bond, the prize given away in this unsold pilot, as being war bonds. Yeah.
And then he says war bonds, and he goes, I mean savings bonds. That was.
Yeah, it's odd. It's a testament to the time too, right? See, that guy, he grew up. First of all, that guy knew Pluto was a planet. Okay?
Right. Oh yeah.
Second of all, the guy knew chlamydia was a disease and not an infection. And third of all, he grew up in a time where bonds were war bonds and not savings bonds, okay? Right. This guy was going through some changes, all right?
I'm going through changes.
I was thinking Bowie. What is that from?
Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath, actually.
I do like that. One can sometimes hear the sounds of traffic outside the studio that this was shot in.
Huh, missed that.
I did catch that. There's a couple...
Honks?
Yes. Stars Mel Powell on piano, Cliff Saber as the host and the only project he ever worked on in his career, and the legendary Jonathan Winters as a celebrity guest. Mm-hmm. Jonathan Winters at this time, 28 years old.
Yeah, young, very young.
It's so weird.
Nice. Right? He's a bigger man, but he looked like Babe Ruth, a fit Babe Ruth.
And oddly, at that time, he was probably a huge fucking fat guy. Because everyone back then was,
super skinny.
Right. So he was probably a huge, massive...
Because of all the speed they were taking.
A lot of speed back then? Opiates?
Oh, opiates.
Everyone had opiate pipes in their pocket?
Oh, well, they had pills.
Oh, okay. Smart. All right, well, that's it for interesting facts, so you can suck on that.
Yeah, I liked him. You really seem disheveled about this. You don't seem any interested at all.
I don't know, man. Well, I mean, we're going to dig into the pilot in a minute, but this is just very disheartening. Right. And, honestly, this next section of the show is not going to help whatsoever, and that's Twitter responses.
Twitter responses. Jason, hit us up with some Twitter responses.
Okay, so the last couple rounds of shows we did, I did not tweet people. So when the show came out, you, thankfully, were like, hey, who did we talk about during the show? We talked about this guy and that guy. And so you tweet those guys out and you say, hey, here's the release of the show. You were involved with it. Why don't you check it out, idiot? And this one of them, his name is Mark Ratterman. It was him and Tim Robinson. They starred in the show My Mans. It was like a 12-minute pilot or whatever. We watched it. It was funny. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, you gave it a good rating.
I think I gave it like a 5 or something. So, Anyway, you had said, "Hey, we review this, blah blah blah." 2 members, Cook County Social Club, and he responds and he says, "Semi account of old love, my man's, plus mild racism. At Sam Richardson plus at Che Thinks equals 2 different people. Swing and a miss, guys." So, I guess fuck you, fuck you, Mark Radiman. Do we say that or not?
Well, yeah, but if I guess what he's saying is that Michael Chan was Michael Chan in it?
Michael Che from
Michael
SNL.
Che, was he in it for sure, or did we just think he was?
I don't think he was in it. I think it wasn't. No, that was from Kevin talking on the phone about how him and Tim Robinson had worked on something called the Detroiters.
Okay.
So I don't think.
So by us, I guess.
But I know if we mention someone in the show, you will tag them, right? So it's not like he was involved with this project. We
weren't talking about the Detroiters, so I didn't tag anybody in it because it's just a 2-minute little, thing. But here's my thing is like mildly racist. Now, you know how I am. I saw this tweet come in, and I instantly text you on the bat phone and said, "Hey, this is kind of shitty, right? He's kind of dissing us." And I was like, "Where was our racism? How are we racist?" And so then all day I just stewed about it because we both have African American friends. We have gay friends.
I used to date a black girl.
You used to date a black girl. Your daughter is
she's half Chinaman.
Half Chinaman.
Yeah.
I don't ever think that we are racist. Like we're not like. And this was about when he did this. This was about just after the Virginia thing.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yes, the Virginia.
So it was not. It was like a week after that this happened, and I was just like mildly racist. I went back and listened to it, and I don't really remember us ever being racist. I think we joke around a lot.
Sure,
because you like call yourself like the black magistrate and all that stuff.
Well, my nickname is the Black Magnet because black ladies love me.
They love to do you, and it's like proven. We've got documentation in manila folders.
Everything's been laminated thoroughly.
Right. And I mean, I don't think we go over the line. I don't think we're that off color. And if we are off color, we're off color across the board.
I agree. We don't focus any of negativity on one ethnicity. We like to spread it around evenly, including white guys, which is what I am. And
we make fun of ourselves more than we make fun of anybody else.
Infinitely more so. Mark Radiman is a guy who works in comedy. And I think if you're a comic, you kind of have to have a thick skin and know that everyone's being mildly racist all the time and joking around about shit because no one means that stuff.
And here's what makes me the maddest is in that pilot, they say, "Don't be a faggot."
And while that isn't necessarily a racist thing, that is equally negative on the PC spectrum.
Right. You can't sit there and say, "Hey,
suck his dick, you faggot."
Suck his dick, you faggot, and then look over the next guy and say, "Hey, you're a racist."
It's not like we're dropping N-bombs or even earnest in our joking. I don't even know what we said in that episode that would make
I still can't figure it out.
Anyway, there's your fucking Twitter response, I guess, for this week. So
fuck that guy.
I guess. I don't know. He's I thought he was funny in the show. I just don't know why he was.
I don't know what the deal was.
Who's talking about Mark Radiman?
Nobody except us.
We did it. We talked about him, and then he
nobody talks about
poopy on us.
The Cook County Social Club, or even that fucking the pilot that came out. And really, we weren't that shitty about it.
No, not at all. Oh well, Mark Radiman. Good luck to you, sir. Better days ahead, I hope, are for you, and we will continue to be, in your eyes, I suppose, mildly racist.
I guess so.
Let's just listen. Okay, B-movie breakdown. Hit it. B-movie breakdown.
It won't play it.
What?
Let's do this one.
What is that? Are you tuning a radio?
Greetings, humans. We are interrupting your scheduled program to let you know of our plans for domination. Hyper Uppercut has infiltrated your audio canals in the Fakakta Comedy Network to penetrate your minds with lewd humor.
Any attempts to stop our transmission of subpar video game news will result in immediate listening device failure, resulting in injury or possibly death from laughter or boredom. Join us at Hyper Uppercut.
Hyper Uppercut is one of the new shows that we have. I'm sorry, for the B-movie breakdown the file doesn't seem to work.
We'll hit him on next week's thing if we can get to work. That's fine. That's the first time I've heard that promo, and we had another show recently joining us, a Metal Hand of God, and it's sort of the dangerous podcast on the internet.
And it's a scary promo.
I think they are the most dangerous, but I think the most terrifying one is Hyper Uppercut.
Because
that scared the hell out of me.
The sentient robot voice.
Can you imagine like waking up from a deep sleep hearing that?
It would freak me out.
Holy shit!
It's a cool new show. They joined us in September 1st, so welcome, guys.
Absolutely, welcome.
Definitely check them out. And there you can go to our the FCFnetwork.com, go to the shows tab, and it'll give a breakdown of what all they do on there. And so it's a good for like they do a lot of social media audience participation stuff, and they talk the game.
They have like a variety of like shows and a variety of like topics within that one feed. So we always say, if you like our show or maybe you don't like our show, check out the network and you're bound to find something like, I say hang around Hyper Uppercut for a few weeks and you're probably going to find, some sort of rhythm or system you like on that show. There's
right, definitely.
A lot to enjoy there, a lot of fun.
A creative promo. It's a creative way to grab your attention.
Oh, totally. I definitely check out the Hyper Uppercut podcast. It's a really cool addition and we really are very excited to have them as a part of our network. So let's go ahead and stop talking about them and start talking about Past the Line.
All right. I passed the line. Starts off, and folks, this is going to be, it's a gritty to watch. It's gritty to watch. It's old black and white from 1954 that has gone through so many copies and, transferred. But there's the piano player, and there's, it looks like a house. It looks like a living room.
Yeah,
like a living room, and there's people in suits and dresses, and they're all sitting around, drinking martinis and smoking cigarettes and pipes, and just it's like a gathering. It's like a group of
It's supposed to look like a parlor game, like everyone's came over for this, and then hey, we're gonna break off, and you guys can watch us play a game.
Right, and then the host is Cliff Saber, and he does sit at like an easel. I think it was supposed to be like an artist easel.
Yeah,
but it had his name crudely engraved in the front of it.
Very bizarre.
You should have put it they should have printed out a sign and laminated it and put his name on it. But he introduces all of the participants. Again, Jonathan Winters.
Yep.
Jeff Klain. Jeff Klain?
I think it's Jeff Kane.
Jeff Kane, and he's the one with the pipe. And then
they said he has his own TV show. I don't know.
Yeah, or a producer or something. And then there was Erica. And then
Erica's a dress designer.
Yeah, but they don't say her last name.
They do not. Yeah.
And the other woman, I don't even remember them saying her name.
I didn't catch it there, but I think later they call her Marge.
Yeah, I don't think they said it. So basically, right off the bat, this is a stereotypical 1954. The men have full names, and the women are just you're Erica.
They're accessories.
Right. Exactly.
So then Cliff, after he introduces those guys, he introduces a painter. His name is Ray White, and he says he's a portrait artist.
He says he's my next door neighbor.
Yeah. So this is like just some dude coming up with a game show in his house and inviting people over and recording it.
Right. So he's gonna this Ray White is gonna draw things. He's gonna draw 10. All the drawings take 10 lines, and he's gonna do them one at a time. And he's gonna draw it, and then the person sitting next to him is gonna use their own paper, draw the same thing, and then show the next person. They're gonna draw. It's kind of like telephone with
exactly
paper.
What I have. High five that shit.
Drawing. Yeah.
So you got 4 contestants, and then you get the artist. Everyone's got their own little pad of paper or chalkboard, yeah. And yeah, so the artist, he draws a line, and then he says, hey, he shows it to the lady, and then the lady tries to copy it, and then the next person down there was Jeff Kane, and he doesn't see what
the original
Ray
one
did,
looks like,
and then it just keeps kind of passing it down and down. So
Red Knight going down, 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 down.
I got something I got to tell you later.
Okay.
I'm sorry to interrupt the show.
Is it bad again?
It's going down the path. Yeah, I'm on a highway to hell, my friend.
What's going on, man?
Said a married lady text me.
Do you want to push pause?
No.
Okay. So they have while they're doing this, when they're doing these drawings, there's a split screen. Which for that time is pretty impressive. It's a split screen. The top have it.
I totally have that too. I said split screen action. I said this might be the first time television has utilized this.
Right. So the top half has Cliff.
Yeah. It's almost got it's got the view of a normal camera where they're showing the faces of the people involved, and then the other one's like a bird's eye view of what they're drawing.
Right. And it's panning over as they go.
So essentially, it is a good idea.
Sure. And they're using black paper or black chalkboard. It's black paper.
Yeah.
And they're using these white pencils or something, and so that helps to be able to see it. And the problem right off the bat I come up with is, okay, so far you're so good. You got Jonathan Winters. You've got Jeff Kane, with his pipe. By the way, everybody's smoking the shit out on this.
Isn't that great to see?
It was, dude, it was awesome.
Before I came here today, I was at a cookout, and the dude who runs and owns everything, it's this big, beautiful house, he's walking around with a cigar, all right? And I know little kids are programmed to think smoking is evil and everything, but I love the smell of a good pipe or a big fat ass cigar. And this dude was just he was adding to the ambiance of a wonderful Labor Day cookout.
Exactly.
Love that shit.
But then here's when they start to draw, there's not a lot of flow. There's not all the contestants, quote unquote contestants, are talking amongst themselves, but they're not talking to anybody.
Right, so
they're joking around with themselves. If they were doing a podcast, it would be funny.
Yeah, there you go. But they didn't exist back then.
And so, and then also Erica, she sucks at drawing. She's the first person that draw after the artist does.
I thought it went Marge, Jeff, Erica, Jonathan.
Oh, maybe so. But okay, so Marge and Erica both.
I mean, there is
suck.
a person in there that it totally breaks down each time.
Yeah, every time.
Because between the first guy who knows what he's drawing and does the original drawing, and the end guy, Jonathan, they don't see. Jonathan doesn't see what Ray did, so he's solely dependent on the person before him to draw what he's supposed to draw.
Right,
and it is an abomination, I would say.
And so, and very quickly, the host, Cliff, is trying to push it along because he sees that it's just kind of dragging along. He's trying to push it along. He's trying to okay, guys, hurry up a little bit. You know, he said that quite a few times.
He almost this is a Cliff Saber production. We find out, and I feel like somewhere in here he realizes this isn't a good idea for a show at all.
Shit. Yeah,
because they do a couple of these things, and they say you're going to do 10 lines. 10 lines. And then, by line 3, he's already getting antsy. Hey, how many more lines you got? He's well, 7 more. He's let's hurry it up.
And Jeff Kane, you think Jonathan Winters, you think one of the legendary comedians.
Yeah, great improviser, right?
Great improviser.
Yes.
On this one, Jeff Kane is the one that making all the jokes, and he's the only one, he's got the pipe, right? He's got the pipe.
Hell yeah.
He's maybe overdoing it a little bit. Every time his wife...
I can't blame him at all.
No,
because like you said, it was
dying.
dull.
It was dying. He was doing whatever he could to make it funny, at least for the people in that row.
Sure. And it's funny because I go to IMDb, that's where I get some of my information, and I look at the full cast of people there. And one of the very few people they put on there as far as one of the cast members is the piano player, Mel Powell. Mm-hmm. And I was like, why aren't we using Mel right here? Why isn't Mel playing a little medley so there's some ambient music while they're drawing? Why is it complete silence except for their little comments and muddles to each other? Because we're not hearing it, we're not really in that conversation, and we're just waiting to see how they fuck up the drawing, right?
Exactly. So everybody gets their drawings done, and they put them up on this magnetic board. And so you're thinking this is a game show. It's kind of what you kind of said it was a game show. All right, see how these contestants are drawing. They put them up there, and of course they all look like a 3-year-old did them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they, for some reason, each person does a little title for their picture, and that's supposed to be funny.
Well, I think because Ray knows what he's drawing. He knows the end game for his photo or his drawing. So the other people are kind of I don't know. I'm basing on what this other guy drew. So at the end of it, they're kind of what did I draw, and then what kind of funny little caption can I put with what I think that I drew? Because they don't even necessarily know. Because some of them are so jacked up, it looks like something Salvador Dali vomited up.
Yeah, I think this looks like a little third grader with a crayon.
Yeah,
makes.
So I mean, I think they're trying, right? Everyone there is trying, and that might be the problem, that you are putting the entertainment value on the show on the shoulders of people who aren't necessarily entertainers,
right?
It wasn't planned out well enough for them to do that.
And here's after the first game, Cliff offers viewers to draw with them, and with the game. And so they have drawings describing what they should do and how they should do it, how they should invite their friends over, and they should all get pads of paper and pencils and do this and play the game with the in studio guests.
And he's like, just while you're doing that, we'll have Mel play a song.
And I thought that was super, super weird. I found it very awkward to offer for people to play it at home, but then I figured out why at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. That totally comes together.
So Mel does a great piano. One of the best parts of this thing.
So far,
kills it.
Mel's piano playing is the best part of the show. High five it.
And it's way too long.
I
It
agree.
is way too long.
And then there's a dog.
I missed the dog.
As soon as they were done drawing the first round, it's one of those awkward conversations where Cliff is in front of his board talking to the camera while this beautiful woman in like a nightgown or some sort of dress.
The Vanna White of this show.
Absolutely. That's exactly right. The OG. She's laying back on some sort of wood-burning furnace, and there's a dog just hanging out, and the dog just wanders off set. And then while Mel's playing the piano, I didn't notice that in the beginning when you said there were all these people around, but I noticed it later while Mel was playing the piano that they're just people like lounging around on couches, and they look fucking bored to death.
Right. They're in suits and in dresses, and they're bored to death, but they're smoking cigarettes and drinking martinis. So then, the drawing show. Okay. So then they come back for the second one, and they say that John Winters. Here's where he won his $50 savings bond.
Yeah.
Because he came up with the idea for the second drawing.
He must have come up with the idea of it. I'm sure he just said like a word or two. He didn't know what the drawing was going to be because that would defeat the purpose because he's the last guy in the line. But apparently this was his idea. And then so Ray starts drawing a line and little comments are keep being made between the contestants.
And then we're just starting the process over again.
It's exactly the same thing. And then a couple lines go by and then it's very clear that it's stagnant. So Cliff says, "Hey, why don't we do a real quick one?" He keeps trying to hurry the game along because he knows it's not working.
The rule he set forth at the beginning was 10 lines.
Immediately throws away.
4 lines.
Immediately.
3 lines into it, he's like, "How much far can we? How much farther can we go?"
He's like, "Well, how many more lines we got?" And the guy's like, "We got 3 more." I was like, "Well, let's start it." That's what he says.
Right.
It's like, "Well, is it going to be 10 lines or not, pal? These are your rules.
Right.
I'm just your next door neighbor."
One thing I did notice on here, and I'm not sure if it's all camera, whatever, but everybody is left-handed. Everybody is left-handed.
No, and I have an answer for that. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay, so they got the split screen action, right? And you're looking down, and you're thinking that they're left-handed because that's what we're seeing. But when they put the pictures up on the board, I know that I noticed that all the pictures are like the mirror image.
Okay.
So whatever camera they're using to look down on
They
people,
have to flop it to split it.
So I think everyone probably is right-handed.
Okay, all right.
But that makes sense. I didn't notice that, but that makes sense with what I noticed too.
Thank
so
you.
Awesome. I thank you.
You draw it faster, makeup. The sidekick lady does a real half-assed job of like setting up she's just there like lounging, like you said, on a wood-burning stove.
Yeah.
They have another break, and then another drawing explanation of how to get viewers to do it with their friends.
Yeah.
And again, I'm just like, why they're really pushing this, doing it at home? I didn't understand. And they just, the last one they do, they just look at it. There's no winner. Nobody's like, yours wins. It's just, we're going to critique
you did
them.
this thing.
We critique them. So
Yeah.
there's no winner. It's not really a game show.
It isn't. It's just like a party game. It's a happening, There's nothing. It is. There's no end game. You're not rooting for anyone in the end. There's no
clock. There's no nothing. So, Cliff thanks everyone, like individually, like from producers to,
I hope you enjoyed playing tonight, Erica. Thanks for showing us your dress. Did you catch that line? What the fuck is he? I know he said at the top of the show she was a dressmaker, but at what point did we see her dress that warrant saying out loud?
So then they go through the credits, and these credits are drawn on paper, and like instead, like when it switches to the next one, it just slides by.
Yeah, it's just like a piece of paper that they cut some slits in and slid paper through it like a belt or something.
Right.
And
it's really cheesy and really like the really crappy drawings and everything. It's like they were drinking martinis and smoking the night before. Like,
oh shit, this is due tomorrow.
We got to
right?
do credit. Yeah, it's due tomorrow. So then this is where the other guy comes on the screen.
You see the credits. I'm like, and I'm at the end of all my notes. I always type in all caps, the end, so I know it's the end. So I'm ready to type that. It's not the end at all. It goes after the credits. It goes back to Cliff and this guy we see briefly earlier going to like a commercial break who was just smoking a cigarette and some sort of. He looked like a kind of a weird, sleazy kind of guy.
Right. Oh, and he hangs on to Cliff, like he has his arm around Cliff, all awkward, like bending down, and then I'm a smoker, but his cigarette is just behind Cliff's head, right in front of this girl, and it's just burning. It's just burning. Because he's talking.
See, as a non-smoker, I didn't pay attention to that.
It would fucking stink, and that's fucking rude. Even I would just be like, "Fucking, what are you doing?" But he talks and talks, and basically, to get it to put it in a nutshell, they're trying to sell this box that is like the past the line package, where they give you booklets of each line. Each page has one line on it, and there's tablets. There's 4.
It's like a step-by-step on how to do it.
Yeah,
right?
it's like an at-home version of the game.
Yeah, and then there's like a big box. It's like, hey, if you can buy one of these pads at a department store, but if you buy this big box, it's got 3 of these pads in the box.
Right.
Like, all right. And then, they start talking about different ways to, different ideas for potential sponsors for the show to advertise and make money through branding and merchandise.
Right. And Cliff looks uncomfortable. I don't know if it's because there's a cigarette burning right behind his face, or he knows this dude's a sleazebag and he just wants to get his show on air.
Do you think this is like some sort of
mafia thing? Yes, it is
Okay.
fucking gangster. Somebody owed somebody a favor,
and he's like, hey, maybe this thing takes off. I can start selling Colgate pencils, and
Right.
start making 9 cents on a pencil.
I felt awkward. I felt like it was like a pyramid scheme, like sales pitch, like it was one of those timeshare things. That's kind of how I felt, Ian.
Do you remember the Mike Mitchell one where at the end he's looking at the camera?
Oh, I remember the Mike Mitchell one. Don't you worry about that.
I wasn't honestly too worried, but but it is equally as awkward. Almost like saying, hey, this is the show we did. You should totally get into it because of this and this. It's like, that's not what you say
Right.
to the camera. And then so he's talking that, and after that, it's just kind of, that's it. That's the end, right?
Yep.
Oh boy.
Please remain seated as we are now crossing a zone of turbulence.
Turbulence. All of these shows have turbulence.
That's why they're failed pilots.
It's someone out there said, this is it. That's all you get. I don't like this. We're not going to make it a series. That's all you get. But some of these I do like. Some of these, some of these shows we like.
Yeah, we've had 7s, 6s, 5s. To me, a 5 is like, wow, somebody really likes this.
We've had some real winners here.
We've had some little losers.
Yeah. And they all have turbulence. Something along the way went wrong.
Life has turbulence.
Yeah. That's so profound.
Thank you.
That's you know what you just said there is bigger than this entire show. Anyway, turbulence, right? Well, this show had turbulence. They all have it. What was so turbulent about this one?
First of all, if you don't mind me going first.
Please, I wish you would.
There's no real point to this game. There's no winner. There's no suspense.
Mm-hmm.
This is not it's not even really a game show. It's just, hey, we have somebody that can draw. Hey, we know all these famous people in Hollywood. Hey, come over, smoke some cigarettes, have some martinis, and do this. And we're going to put it on TV and see how it works.
Yeah.
It was more, to me, it was more of a platform as like a promoting people and products. That really, to me, is because back in this time, it wasn't so much about the show as it was commercials. They put the shows on to break up the commercials.
That's right. They say, how can we get into your home and tell people to buy our products?
Right.
People don't want to see commercials. They want to see some bullshit in between commercials, right?
Right.
And yeah, that's what this is. I think that's a great analyzation of the show.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So, but yeah, people want they want a winner. They want to know that this was not all for naught. You know what I mean?
No, not. Anthrax.
Okay. Well, your breadth of musical knowledge is never ending. There's a you're breathing into the mic now. What was that one show we watched? I think it was from the 90s. It had a shitty comic as a host, and it was about cooking. No, it was about
no, it was the diner one. It was in the set in the diner.
Yeah, and you kind of liked that.
Oh,
one,
I loved it.
Yeah, there's like a lot of dancing and stuff, and yeah, right there.
Yeah, I just keep pointing this way. I don't know what she's doing. I don't know, just wander on a plane that's in the middle of the air.
But there's like
Parachuters. I mean, come on.
there's no. I didn't want to root for anyone. I didn't care about any of this.
Right. There was nothing at stake.
Don't get me wrong. My mind was in 1954.
Like if there was a little kitty or something that they like, if you don't win, this kitty's gonna die. At least there's a reason for it.
That seems like a terrible thing to put on the line, but I understand what I know what you're going for.
Past the line.
Past the line. Oh my goodness.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our descent, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position.
You know, we're nigh on 100 episodes at this point.
Pretty close.
So many shows with just what are you doing? Were you about ready to flate that mic?
No, I got it wet from breathing my musical knowledge in, and so I was trying to nonchalantly use my beard to dry off the wet part on the sponge.
No. You above all people should know not to do that. What was that?
That's something new I'm trying out.
It's working. I like it.
Thanks.
No turbulence there, my friend. So, we look at different places. We say Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb, critic reviews, viewer reviews. Almost nobody is talking about this.
Of course, that's why we're doing it.
IMDb, we can usually count on at least being 10, 20, 30 ratings. Right. Not the case.
Old Money was one of the, we just did recently. It was the one that had no IMDb or no nothing.
It maybe has had many as 4. I think it needs like 5 to 10 for there to be a rating generated. This Past the Line didn't get it. It's not on Rotten Tomatoes. No viewer reviews. Nothing. The only thing I did find was from a blog we've seen in the past, and it's from Vintage 45, and he says a disastrous attempt at a game show that even Jonathan Winters couldn't save. This has to be the most boring and dumbest idea for a game show in TV history.
Ooh, jeez.
Jazz pianist Mel Powell is on hand to provide music. It's hosted by producer Cliff Saber and his sidekick Lori. This has to be seen to be believed. This is the only thing Cliff Saber has ever done, and it's easy to see why.
It was a tax write-off. It was like to hide. They were like, I think it was, what do they call it, cleaning money? Or no,
money laundering.
Money laundering.
Yeah, but yeah, cleaning the money, sure.
They're clean. This is just to clean the money.
So you hold the belief that this is a mafia-run game show.
Listen, if it's something in the 50s, and I'm 90% of the time, the mafia had something to do with it.
Okay.
Television.
Okay.
It was either
Frank Sinatra, right?
I'm not going to speak on that. I don't want to get shot.
That's where you draw. That's where you pass the line, right there.
Yeah, that's where I passed the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to FCF Airport. Local time is 11:11 and the temperature is 69 degrees. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captains turn off the fasten seatbelt sign.
There's a reason why we got to put those LED lights in here. It's because when people are on the plane and they have like huge bling, it glares off the lights, and I can't even. I'm glad you're getting it.
Are you not a Corey Hart fan?
Huh?
Are you not a Corey Hart fan?
He was the first concert. It was Corey Hart opened up for Rick Springfield.
But what does he always say?
I wear my sunglasses so I can.
Why don't you wear your sunglasses? Okay.
Well, I still have the patch. It's not healed up. 4 to 6 months. I appreciate you not mentioning it though, because I have been.
I know you're very vain, and I don't want to bring light to the fact that one of your eyes.
You're so vain. I bet you probably have a podcast that you listen to of yourself all the time.
Look, we bantered, okay?
Great banter.
Grade A banter.
Grade A.
We took the plane off, right? We gave you the interesting facts. We summarized the show. We broke it down. We told you the turbulence, all right? We gave you the review, the one review that's out there. Now we rate it, right?
Yes.
See, this is the part of the show that people are invested in, that they want. They like, what are they going to do? Past the Line couldn't do this. There was nothing at the end of that show that made you think, time to release endorphins. I get it.
Right.
This is what I've been waiting for, finally the payoff. No, we do that. We do it every week.
And I think it's the payoff. You want a podcast that people are going to listen to till the end. That's the whole point. Is they don't want you don't want them to stop in the middle of it. I know one of my favorite podcasts. They start off super slow. And as they go to the end of the show, they just go upwards.
Climax, and then they blow it, and then that's
they blow it right at the end. It's like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think I heard that same podcast. So this is the scale that we've set forth, 1 to 7, 1 being the worst. That's the worst you can get. They're all based on the characters from the television show from the 1990s called Wings. 1 is the worst. It's Roy Biggins, all the way up to a number 7. It's the best you're going to get in Ever, Forever in Heaven. His name is Brian Hackett. Captain Philip Restensure. That's not it. What is it? What's your name?
Rest assured.
I turn to you, as I so often have in the past. How do you rate Past the Line?
Well, let me get my manila folder out here and check my notes.
All right.
And my notes say that I give Past the Line a 4.
Wow, that is surprising to me.
Do we know why I'll give it a 4?
Yeah.
I love the 50s. I love seeing people smoking on TV just in suits. I wish I could wear a suit all the time.
That really takes it a long way for you. Just the smoking and the time and the suits.
The piano player was.
Are you a Mad Men's guy? You like that show?
I never watched it, but
you love it.
I love that era. And, the piano guy and Jonathan Winters. And the guy is adorable. You just want to hug his cheeks. It was horrible. It was very quickly. Like I said, it was an infomercial for this package that you could buy.
Okay.
Basically, it was money or laundering that's why it was made for tax purposes, or to front some kind of illegal gun sale in Hollywood, or this show was probably made to hide the fact that Marilyn Monroe had sex with John F. Kennedy.
I don't know if I follow that line of logic, but I trust you.
I give it a
completely.
4.
You give it a 4. I disagree with you. This sucks. This show's fucking terrible. This is a 2. Okay, this is a 2 for me. Do I like smoking? Absolutely. Do I do it myself? No, but I know that you look cool when you do it.
Thank you.
So, and I don't mean you specifically, but you do.
Okay, thank you.
All right. This is boring. We've done other
Your
shows.
podcast is boring?
This podcast is fucking terrible. No, we Mandrake the Magician. That wasn't bad. That was okay. That was kind of exciting.
Cool.
And we did another one from the early 50s. I don't remember what it was. I don't know. We've had a couple from the 50s. So, I can watch a show from then and be like, yeah, that's not bad. I totally get it. Oh, the Superboy one, maybe?
Yeah, the Superboy one. There's another one, too.
There's, the murder show, Unsolved, right? Where the guy was...
Oh, yeah, that was, yeah.
These aren't bad. This is bad. This is boring. This is cameras panning, which is a kind of a cool technological, I think, advance for the time. But there's no action to back it up. There's nothing to keep the pace. I was so bored. This is 27 minutes that felt like 57 minutes. I do not care for this. It is by far not the worst thing I've seen, but it is awful, and it is a 2. And with that, I close the book on Past the Line, never to be mentioned again. But join us next time, won't you, please?
You didn't let me ever.
I thought that was going to be your ever. I'm sorry.
People depend on my taglines.
Join us next time, won't you please, when we watch the pilot episode of the Nick and Jessica Variety Hour.
Jesus.
Here's a little something to wet your whistle. America's favorite young married couple, Nick Lachey and Jessica Simpson, multi-platinum artists known for their MTV hit series Newlyweds, star in the first ever television special featuring a fun-filled variety hour of music and comedy. You can find the entire episode by subscribing to Couch Pilots in iTunes or your favorite podcast app of choice, and then click on one of our classically blue links in our show notes, or go to YouTube, and you know what to do.
YouTube.
Thank you. I forgot to wear my YouTube shirt tonight.
We'll do it for the photo shoot.
We'll do it for the photo shoot. We'll do it for CouchCon for sure. Go to couchpilotspodcast.com. You can hook it all up there, right?
Yeah. Couchpilotspodcast.com has links to all of our social medias. It has the phone number, which is 1-910-PILOTS-1, which in turn is
910-745-6871. There's not a time during the day where we power the phone down.
No,
it's on all the time.
All day, day.
Call in the middle of the night. There's so much traffic on the phone. I would say if you call around 3:30, between 3:15 and 3:40, that's kind of the real dead time. Call then.
Yeah, definitely.
Call the phone and then and get the voicemail and leave us a message, and we're going to play it on the show, right?
Yeah, we love playing voicemails. It's one of the favorite parts of the show. We love to hear from folks that listen to the show.
And go to fcfnetwork.com, right?
Yeah, there's a treasure trove of shows. We got 2 brand new ones, B-Movie Breakdown, and then Hyper Uppercut.
Boy, that was a disturbing promo for them earlier,
very
wasn't
much
it?
so, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's try this podcast.
Drunken Lullabies. Metal Hand of God.
Metal Hand of God.
Please stop. You know I scare easy. Stop it.
Metal Hand of God. I love it.
The sun is setting earlier now, and I have to go out into the dark after hearing that.
Low Blow Podcast.
All right, I love those guys. They just came back.
Yep.
Good.
Great.
Yeah, Dave is still gay.
Oh,
I always worry when they take a break that he's going to come back.
No,
Not
he
gay.
did not.
Not the case.
Nope. Love him. Still love him.
Not the case at all. Captain Philip.
Even though I'm a racist, I still love a gay man.
Oh, come on.
It makes me mad. I don't think I'm racist, but what? And then
1 to 7 scale. 1 being the most racist, 7 being the least.
7 being the least.
No,
racist?
let's flip it.
Okay.
7 being the most racist. Where do you fall?
A 2.
Yeah, that's right. Anything else you'd like to say besides your racist score before we go today?
No, I don't really like to spend too much time. We've spent a good hour now talking about this, but I want to let people know just to check out the show, subscribe on whatever podcast platform you use.
Podbean? Is that a real thing?
It's a thing, but it's not a thing we would use.
Don't use Podbean.
No, don't use it. It's more of a server.
Delete it.
It's more of a server than a catcher. Well, you know what I mean. It's Jason, it's technical podcast.
I don't know all the techno mumbo jumbo.
All right. Just tell a friend. That's the only way that we're ever going to grow into a bigger, better show.
Yeah, that's right.
And call the dial-in number. If you've never done it before, this would be a great time to do it.
It's so much fun.
We're getting close to the 100th episode.
Oh, boy. And you know what? Did I tell you I've got something special planned for that?
No, don't tell me. I want to be surprised.
I'm not telling you, but I've got something very
you don't
special.
tell me anything anymore.
And with that sullen phrase, this pilot may have been rough, but it's always a
Sullen
smooth...
phrase? What the hell is that?
Captain Sully Sullenberger phrase? You ever hear that guy?
Yeah. He's not as good a pilot as we are, but what ifs?
It's always a smooth flight on Couch Pilots. Goodbye.
On behalf of Couch Pilots and the entire crew, we'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we are looking forward to seeing you on board again in the near future. Have a nice day.
This has been a Fakakta Comedy Funhouse production, produced by Jason Tosher, executive produced by Blake Clayton. For more information and content, go to fcfnetwork.com.